welcome back to Ahsoka Breakdown. It's your boy Chico Grande, aka Chico, 2 times with Felix Supreme 305, and we are back for the riveting, the groundbreaking, the astonishing episode 4 reaction.
Ahsoka.
I mean, this episode left everyone's jaw on the floor. It had Twitter, X, in a blaze. And everyone's saying this is the best Star Wars they've seen since Revenge of the Sith.
Whoa, calm down now, young grasshopper. I don't know about all that.
We're going to break it down and get into it. We're going to get into the nitty gritty, but let me bring down this epic music so we could get this party started. All right. Let me bring us on some classic Star Wars music so we can have it while we're talking. And let's get this party started. I'm going to be bringing up stills from the show. And we're going to talk about it basically by scene and give you our thoughts. I'm more of the Star Wars expertise, or the Capitan. My co-host is the Star Wars casual, so he's going to give you the thoughts of the everydayer. And then we're going to break it down, but let's go ahead and bring it up. Let me bring this screen up. And... ooh, can't have that. You heard the malfunction here. Nah, but I got it fixed now. All right, let's go ahead and bring it up. So we start off where we got what's this? I always forget how to say this robot's name. Is it like Hoyang? Put in the comments below. I know I messed it up, but him and Sabine are basically inside the ship. They're breaking it down. They're trying to get things going, and you got Ahsoka there, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're wondering if they're gonna get attacked or anything like that. And then we got Ahsoka basically talking to Sabine. And she's saying, I gotta know if I could trust you. Can I count on you when the times are tough? Will you make the hard choices in life? And she was foreshadowing, because she already know this girl was hoodwinked. She was smitten. She's missing her some Ezra. But yeah, I thought Ahsoka would have just trusted her right away, but I guess if she stole the map and lost it in the first place, she's like, fool me once, not fool me twice. But so we basically start the episode. They're trying to figure out what to do. You got the robot trying to fix the ship. Let's see. And then... god dang, they talked for a long time.
That's what I'm just wondering, how y'all name this the best Star Wars ever? I'm just drawing a blank, but this episode 4 was real good. I did kind of wonder what was gonna be next after they landed on that planet and they saw the big old flying whales in the sky.
Oh yeah, god dang, what are those called? I know this. I'm having a brain fart right now. It'll come to me in a second. But basically, we got the droid was attacked while fixing the ship by one of the assassin droids, and I was surprised that he could. The Megalodon. That's the giant shark.
Said a Megalodon. It is a giant shark. Wrong movie. That's Sharknado.
No. But what did you think about? Talk about the droid and how you thought that he actually did against their droid, against the assassin droid. I'm pulling it up now. Because I can't believe I already forgot this.
I knew it was a setup all along. Once Ahsoka and them ship landed on that planet and they hid in between the forests, I was like, you can't stay there forever.
The Purgle, Jesus.
You can't stay there forever. You gotta make moves soon. And look at that. Soon
they were lacking.
Lo and behold, the enemy started circling the ship. They started coming up, and I guess they had their own robot. Like Ahsoka and them had their robot, but I guess had hands.
Yeah, theirs was an assassin droid. Huang, or however you say his name, he was actually a lightsaber smith, so he's more of like a technical droid. He's more like a computer nerd rather than a fighter. So I was surprised he held up as long as he did. But man, if you're into making lightsabers, why don't you have one of your own? That would have been cool.
That's true. He don't have a lightsaber,
and then he has 4 arms. What if he would have been like General Grievous and had like 4 lightsabers spinning and be like, you want to try me now?
He would have lost it.
But so he basically turns the lights off in the ship, letting Ahsoka and Sabine know that they're under attack.
Oh, he's the one that turned off the power?
Yeah, and
I
that's
thought
that.
the bad guys turned off the power, because you know that's usually how it happens in all the scary movies.
No. So basically, he does that and lets them know, and that's what Ahsoka said. Because Sabine was like, "Oh, look at this droid making a mistake," and she's like, "He wouldn't." So that's how she knew it was a warning.
Mm.
And then this is where we come back, and we have Hera, the general, and she was basically saying, "F all that. I'm gonna go get my own ragtag team." She only had like 4 or 5 X-wings with her, and she's like, "I'm going after Ahsoka and them." So it was pretty funny that she told him, like, just come up with something, you'll think of something. And then what was weird to me though is that she actually brought her son with her. If you're going on a secret space mission, why are you bringing your son?
Because she may never come back.
So she wants her son to possibly
Hey,
never
man,
come
who else
back?
gonna raise your son? You gonna leave it out to one of these evil people? You gonna end up
She's supposedly on the good side.
Listen here, man.
She didn't think that they had the wherewithal to take care of him.
End up becoming a traitor like Sabine. But we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, don't be foreshadowing too hard. Y'all probably already seen the episode, but we're just going through it and giving our personal thoughts. Let me take us off screen here, and then yeah, we got them taking off. They're basically looking up at the hyperspace ring. Baylan can sense that something's going on, and this was a part. Let me pull this up and show y'all where they actually had where they were calculating the coordinates to go to that other galaxy. And Baylan was basically saying, you better make sure you get that right, because if anything is wrong, we'll just end up in a random void of space, and we might not ever be able to get back. You would basically just die in the ship until your resources once they ate all the food and breathed all the air, they were going to be done. And let's see. So it looks like Ahsoka and Sabine finally decide to armor up and go on the offensive, because they're like, if we can't get to it, we got to make sure that no one can. And finally, Sabine, you freaking put on your helmet. I mean, I've been crying for it since day one, and now you finally do it.
Exactly.
But then it's like she didn't even have it on for that long.
Because it got knocked off.
That's because she got
trash.
She has no power. Oh yeah, and basically he sends Merrick and Shin Baddie after him to slow him down, and Ahsoka goes right at him. And I thought that they were gonna have like an epic battle, but like he literally just puts his let me see.
In the dirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till I can get it to pull up.
So this scene was epic. So when they walked, when Ahsoka and Sabine walked through the forest to try to find the map and try to see where everybody was, and
they were fighting.
They started fighting the 2-on-2 fight. You know, I thought Sabine was finna take another L, because I've been telling y'all, I've been keeping up with this since the show started. She is like 0 for like 3. She stayed losing, and she almost died.
She lost the map.
She lost her life. She lost everything.
She lost her man.
She lost her mask. I don't even know how you see. That's another story. Mando didn't talk about that, but
yeah, she ain't no real Mando. Mando would have never got his helmet taken off in the first scene.
Exactly. She got in the fight. Ahsoka got in the fight. Ahsoka out here kicking butt like always.
But look, here we got Shin Hati throwing Sabine into the tree, and you can see that that's. Let me see. Our theme music is trying to give you all a commercial, but you can see right there that's when she lost her helmet.
Can we do a trade? I just want to trade. Can we trade?
Can we trade Sabine for Shin?
Can we trade Sabine for Shin? That's all I want to do. Like, this ain't making no sense.
I thought we were supposed to be strong. I would do that trade in a heartbeat.
Trash.
I would definitely do that trade in a heartbeat. But let's see. So they're fighting. Oh yeah, and then here she is. Oh, here's. Trying to get it paused right. That's good enough. All right, we got Merrick here, and he's doing the spinning lightsaber. I thought they were gonna have a long battle, but it looks like they just supercharged to do one little move. And with him spinning his thing, his like double saber as fast as he could, I was actually kind of shocked that
he didn't make a hurricane. He didn't fly away.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, they actually did that in the Rebel show. They used that to get away sometimes. But I'm surprised that Ahsoka was able to know when to strike at the exact moment, so she didn't get all chopped up.
It's like double dutch.
She knows how to jump rope.
Hey,
But so that, and then he was Smoke. Everyone thought that it was going to be Star Killer. If you don't know, from the Force Unleashed 1 and 2 games back in the day, Vader's secret apprentice. He basically is like the most overpowered character ever, but like he's only in the video games and they don't count him as like canon. They don't count him as real. And people thought that they were actually going to bring him into the show and that this character was him, but he got struck down and turned into gas. Now people think that that's when that Morgan Elsbeth lady, the woman that's able to do the map, they think that she was like a witch. She's and that she basically she like put a spirit in that armor, and they think they're gonna have like, you know, leaks or rumors say that they might have undead stormtroopers.
I never did trust
later
her.
on. Yeah, never trust a witch. So let me see. Yeah. Oh, okay, there's a good shot. So I mean, I honestly don't like
the fight that nobody wanted.
That everyone
wasn't ready.
I thought this that Shin Baddie was gonna take her down, but she always feel like she plays with her food. That she doesn't just go for the quick kill. That she tries to like toy with them a little bit, and it always comes back to bite her.
I feel like Sabine just weak. I mean, you know, when Ahsoka took out that other dude, and everybody just stood there all paused and shocked, looking at that happen. That was a perfect time to cut her hand off. You've seen the other Star Wars things. They cut their hand off no matter every time.
That's what everyone's been complaining. They're like,
nobody lost a hand yet.
They're like, how come everyone gets stabbed in the stomach, and Qui-Gon died, who's like one of the most powerful Jedi ever, but they all survived. But then something that makes way more sense, like losing a hand like Luke and Vader did, where you can just get an easy robot hand, that doesn't happen to anyone.
So
look, we're going hyperspeed.
All right, well,
Hyperspace.
I'm trying to find the real creators of Star Wars, because this right here is just bull drive.
Nah. People say this is bringing Star Wars back. They love Dave Filoni. And let me see.
I'm just ready for Sabine to lose a hand.
I'm ready. I thought she was going to lose more than a hand this episode.
Head. You can't. My co-host came over here and said, oh yeah, somebody finna die this episode. Somebody finna die. Guess who it is? And I'm starting to guess. I'm thinking like Sabine or Ahsoka.
We're not there
robot.
yet, co-host.
And then I was just like, really? I started watching the episode. There's like 17 characters popping up out of nowhere. People ain't seen forever.
Everybody in the club getting popped up. But Baylan is basically waiting for Ahsoka after she won her battle. So she pops up on him, and the first thing he does is start guilt tripping her, being like, oh, you were part of the reason that Anakin fell. You abandoned him. Now look what happened to him. Like, you ain't nobody. And she's like, we're not here to talk about my past. I'm here to kick your ass. But let me see some. A lot of people are saying that their fight scene was one of the best fight scenes that they've seen in a minute. That they really liked.
Really?
The battle that they had. Oh, excuse me, let me roll that up. Yeah, I mean, I think that Baylan had really like good, like he basically there's like different forms of lightsaber fighting, and I forget which number his is, but it's like the power form, so that's why he's using 2 hands. And I think Ahsoka, that usually fights with 2 sabers, was like, he's so powerful that I need to have 2 hands on one, because he could probably disarm each hand pretty easy. So a lot of people were wondering why she didn't use her second saber. She probably needed to just focus on the one, just because how powerful this dude is.
Man, comment below, what fight scene is better? Is this Ahsoka fight scene better than Baby Yoda defeating the big monster? I doubt it. I think not. But we're gonna let y'all decide. Comment down below.
Let's talk about saber battles. That was
it, man. A battle's a battle, and when Baby Yoda's in it,
I love Baby Yoda, son.
Exactly. Don't disrespect the Yoda.
Let me see here. So they're going back and forth. They're throwing stuff at each other. Oh, and people also said that she maybe fought with one saber because she was going to try to use the hand to get the map. But oh, okay. Here's the updated coordinates. When you see when they're fighting, that's basically, it's waiting for that to get fully gold, and then they'll have the full coordinates to the next galaxy. Let me see here.
He's trying to find Thrawn.
Yeah, that. Oh, Ahsoka finally grabbed it. Yeah, she did grab it, and she burnt the heck out of her hand. So she compromised one hand at that point, so she was weakened.
She should have kicked it.
That probably would have been smarter, because it wouldn't have burned through her shoe. And then what else happened?
Steve Nash would have kicked it.
Steve Nash would have found a way. Um,
Here it is.
okay. Okay, then this is where the interesting things happen. So basically, Shin Batty comes up, and Ahsoka thinks that since Shin Batty popped up, that Sabine was murked, even though that she threw the smoke to get away.
I wouldn't blame it either. Sabine is trash. Once again, I said every episode 1 through 4. We can be episode 57, season 2. I'm gonna remind you. Remember when Sabine started? She was trash.
You know what's crazy? My co-host has never seen Rebels, and some people didn't like her on the Rebels show, and he's hating her in the first live action show. There is actually a I Hate Sabine team on Twitter.
I know.
A lot of people ain't liking her performance.
I see smart people.
And then Balin and Shin, everyone's loving them. And then some people say with Rosario Dawson playing Ahsoka, that she's being a little too stoic, and that she needs to show more emotion. But it's like she's not at a good time right now to be all happy. You're not gonna be all happy when all the bad stuff that's happened to you. So, and then so Ahsoka basically throws an energy wave at Shin, knocks her out, or she grabs her and throws her against the rocks using the Force, and knocks her out. And that was something that Josh was talking about with Star Wars Theory on Nerd Theory. Shout them out. And they were saying Josh actually had the still of Shin knocked out, and he was like, "Yeah, Shin died. I got proof." And then Theory was, "Oh no!" And everyone in the chat was so mad. I was watching Nerd Theory, and man, they were so mad. And but no, she survived. She was just knocked out. So keep the faith alive.
Once again, we need a trade.
But you know who did a trade? So basically, once that happened, Ahsoka was distracted, and when she was distracted, Sabine showed up and distracted her. That's what it was. Sabine showed up and distracted her, and then Balin saw that Ahsoka's eyes was not on the prize, and he pushed her off the cliff, as you can see in this moment. That's right, when he was like, "Yo, so it's mine." And then out of nowhere, Balin just starts talking to Sabine and is like, "I know you don't want to do this. You're trying to get to the same place we go."
He used his charm.
Yeah, and he used the dark side of the Force to read her mind, and saw that she's like super over the moon for Ezra, and that nothing matters to her. So he's like, "Come on, you can trust me. I'm a man of my word, unlike your master."
I mean, her master's not a man.
Exactly. So how could she be trusted?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm just kidding. But that was a super weird thing where like I was not expecting that. I was not expecting Sabine just to be like, one thing that no one is talking about, she showed absolutely no emotion that Ahsoka got thrown off that cliff like that.
She was never loyal.
She was never loyal. She was never really on her team. She gets thrown off a cliff instead of being like, "No, my master, my leader." She went ahead and pulled a gunner and just says like, "This is my new life, Balin. I guess I'm with you," and like never even brought up Ahsoka again from that point. So that was like super shady, and let us know, does Sabine need to be cut in half? My co-host supposed to.
She wants to lose a hand. She needs to lose a hand.
What if she's the first Star Wars character to lose both of her legs, and then they have to get her like a little hover wheelchair?
You starting a new tradition. I like that.
Let me see. So I'm pulling it up over here. Yeah, this is where he's talking to her, and it's like, "Come on," and then she just hands it over to him all willy-nilly.
She was supposed to shoot the map, because I guess they was using the map to try to get the coordinates, to try to teleport, to go to hyperspace to teleport to the right coordinates. But she didn't even listen. She didn't shoot it.
Selfish. And here she is. Shin Batty had to get her revenge and choke the crap out of her. And then Balin's like, "I actually keep my word. Could he cut it out, Shin? Could he cut it out?" And I'm actually thinking that Shin is a lot more hardcore than Balin. And a lot of time with the Sith, well, they may not be Sith, they may or may not, but they kind of seem like it. With the Sith, there's always two of them. And eventually what happens is the apprentice feels like they get strong enough that they always try to kill the master. That's like always what happens in the Sith. That's why it's called the rule of two. There's only two of them at a time. And so I wonder if Shin's going to be like, at some point of this, when they get to other galaxies, she's like, "Man, Balin's too soft." And I wonder if she's going to be like, "Now's the time to try it. I want to be the number one. I don't want to be the number one baddie." So let us know if you think that's something that happened or could possibly
She could be the
happen.
#1 baddie that green girl is with the sun.
And, and the poor Huang, or however you say his name, I'm gonna say it wrong every time, I promise you. But he's like, Sabine, Ahsoka, where are you? And he ain't getting no call back, baby. They gone. So he's out there crying, and then at the last minute, we have General Hera, the green girl, trying to get a scene. They're pulling up on the ship. This is them looking out the window and seeing them. And they're not thinking that they're going to jump into hyperspace with the way. But they actually... Can I find a good clip of that? No, I can't. 1 second, Patties. I'm gonna pull it up in a second. It's just so hard to pause on it. I'm just letting it play here. But yeah, basically they said, forget that. We're doing the jump to hyperspace anyways. And since they were a ring, they actually didn't crash into him because it was through the middle. And that's the moment they launched. That looks super epic to take off into hyperspace like that. That looks awesome. Great work on the CGI, guys. And then as you can see, they got hit and just thrown like crazy. And then a couple of the X-Wing pilots actually got thrown into each other. So you can see, bam! And then a bunch of the rest of them survived. Looks like my co-host didn't make it.
Horrible.
But that's they showed up way too late, man. I couldn't believe that. And then we pretty much wrap up the episode with Ahsoka waking up in the world between worlds. And this is a weird thing because it's like kind of like time travel, but kind of not. You're basically in an equal. What's the correct way to say it?
Snake Way, Dragon Ball Z. Which is to run back to the end of the.
I mean, it's not Snake Way, but it's kind of like this area where you're like in. It's almost like a purgatory, I guess is a way to say it, where it's like all time is happening at the same time, and like you could go through and see different moments of things happening in the time. But if you go to try to like save someone or like hop in and save someone or to change history, you could really mess up time or the balance of the force and actually cause way more harm than help by altering time. And so actually Ahsoka was saved. Ezra, before the guy that they're looking for that's lost, he got into the world between worlds, and Ahsoka actually fought Vader before in Rebels, and she was about to get killed by Vader, and he went through one of those gateways and pulled her into the world between worlds so she didn't die. And I think something happened. I only watched Rebels once. I'm not a super fan of Rebels. I like the Clone Wars a lot more of the animated series, but yeah, he basically saved her. I think something else happened to kind of offset that because that wasn't supposed to happen. So like you say, like it's almost like in a Back to the Future. If you change one little thing, you could really mess up time. So it's one of those type things. And the thing that stole the episode, let me bring it up here. She wakes up. She hears, "Hey SNIPS," which is her nickname, and only one person called her that. She's like, "What?" Let me see if I could get a good pause. She goes, "Master." I'm trying to find where they show him. God damn, must have been a little bit before that. Right here. Oh, and I think, yeah, she turns around and said Master, so the only person that actually called her that was Anakin Skywalker. Darth Vader before he turned to evil himself.
When
he was still good.
We lost his arm and a leg.
Yeah.
By the lava pit.
What? Sorry, guys, they're trying to... throw commercials on our Star Wars music. We're trying to have peaceful music for y'all. But yeah, so basically she sees him, and this is the thing that sent the internet in a frenzy. People couldn't believe that Anakin was back, and what does this mean? Is that truly Anakin? Is
it a dream?
Is it a dream, or is it in Rebels or in the Clone Wars? They basically had it where they met these like celestial beings that were almost like, basically the ways they explained it, it's almost like, you know, since Anakin was a child of the Force, like he didn't have a father, his mother just got pregnant. It's almost like a Jesus type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's almost like the Jesus of Star Wars, where he's like almost like part God. And I think that's what we're going to find out. But that's a theory. That's something that Josh was saying, that he believes that Anakin was supposed to be the replacement for the father, basically be the next godlike figure.
Mm-hmm.
And that this might have something to do. And episode 5 is actually so hyped that they are selling tickets to movie theaters for just episode 5.
Ahsoka's not coming back episode 5. She's coming back like episode 6, 7.
All the rumors and all the rumor mills are saying that Ahsoka is the most, episode 5 is the best episode of the season, and it has the most Anakin.
Oh,
so I don't know if he's going to be going through like Ahsoka, going through like different like major things in Star Wars and like seeing things. People don't know what to expect. There's a million theories.
You know, they're just gonna, I think they really just gonna talk about like just have flashbacks of they past and them past training, and they're gonna be talking.
A lot of people feel like there's like he maybe has one final lesson to teach her, and he's gonna teach her in the world between worlds, or just don't trust Sabine. That might just be the whole lesson. He's like, you know, Sabine, she kind of sucks.
Facts.
So don't trust her.
Traitor.
And that might be truly it. But man, I didn't even realize we went for this long.
I mean, you know, when you talk about Star Wars, you know, stars in the galaxy and has to beam trash, you get lost in the sauce.
Oh my
but
God.
I mean, hey, I gotta say, episode number 4
was it the best of the series?
No.
You like 3 better?
No. I don't even know which one I like better.
What
I think I like 1. I think I like episode 1, but the best.
What do you rate it 1 out of 10?
A 7. 10.8.
Everyone flamed him in the comments.
Give it a 7.8.
Everyone gave this episode a 10 out of 10.
Come on, why would I give it a 10 out of 10? You left me with Sabine. That's all I got.
Ahsoka.
She's dead.
She's not.
I seen her in the water. Worlds. I have a picture.
A lot of people think that Anakin is like kind of the overseer, and he's kind of like the balancer of the Force, and that if Ahsoka would have died right there, that the Force would have been unbalanced, so that he actually saved her by pulling her into the world between worlds, and then he's going to put her back out there after teaching her a lesson. We're going to have to find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, nah, but what you give the episode a scale of 1 to 10?
I gave it a 9.5.
All because of Anakin?
Yep. I really like the
So before
really, I was probably going to give it like a 9. And then seeing Anakin bumped it, or Shin Baddie surviving probably jumped it up to a 9.2, maybe 9.5. Then Anakin coming back, I'll give it like my final score will be like a 9.75. I like this episode because, you know, they don't really set the bar too high. The past few Star Wars shows have been so trash that if something's like actually somewhat decent, it's like life altering, because we've gotten so much trash Star Wars shows. The Obi-Wan show was supposed to be great, sucked. Book of Boba Fett was okay, but they could have done way better. It wasn't really Boba Fett-y enough, if you know what I mean. They kind of nerfed him a little bit. He's a hardcore killer, and they made him like a little pansy. I mean, he still did some cool stuff, but he should way more cutthroat than they showed. They don't need to try to make him like a good guy. He's not really a good guy. It's not what he does. But that has been our breakdown of episode 4. We will be back for the breakdown of episode 5. I maybe will pause it there, and if I remember this time, I'll put a saber in your hand. What color you want your saber? You want it purple like Mace Windu? That's what Samuel Jackson had. Yeah, his was purple. And you know what's funny is Jedi really didn't have purple sabers, but he talked to George Lucas, and he's like, I wanted to be purple.
George Clooney?
George Lucas, the guy that created Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was talking to him, and he's like, but I want my character to have a purple saber, because he's like, well, Jedi really don't have purple sabers, and he goes, well, they do now. And George goes, I like it, because you're my favorite snakes on a plane guy. But it's your boy Chico Grande, Chico 2 times. Let us know if you enjoyed the conversation. Put all your own comments below. We have done the other episodes of Ahsoka. We broke down Book of Boba Fett, and we've broke down other Star Wars trailers and content. We have a whole Star Wars playlist. I'll put it down in the description. We got a podcast, we got a clip channel, we got a gaming channel, and get this page to 6K subs. We're almost there. But Chico Grande, Chico 2 times. That's Felix Supreme 305. Do you have any final words, co-host?
And with the first pick of the 2023 Star Wars draft, we don't want Sabine. She's eliminated.
I'll take Shinbadi. She's my favorite character so far. Who's your favorite character?
The green one.
Oh, Hera? Because she puts her son in danger?
Listen here, man. You gotta work.
And when you're a single mom, you ain't got a choice.
Exactly.
But thanks for tuning in. We will see you in the next Star Wars reaction. Bada bing. Bada bang.